Chapter 1788, Righteous Path. Headache Wu Clan's headquarters. In a room, light was dim. Wu Yong had an ashen expression as he sat like a motionless statue. The information path goo worm in his hand was still a little warm because he had just activated it. There was an intense conference of higher-ups earlier among the Southern Border Righteous Path forces. It was as heated as a market. Xia Clan's and Ba Clan's goo immortals were close to screaming, their voices filled with terror and helplessness. Most of the people were engaging in loud discussions, close to the point of arguments, as they vented their shock and fear. How is this possible? Fang Yuan ambushed us and obtained complete victory. Our goo immortals were all captured by him. What do we do now? This has never happened before in Southern Border's history. If news get out, our Southern Border Righteous Path would become the laughingstock of the 5 regions. Reputation is no longer important. The important thing is that our clansmen are in his hands. Earlier, Fang Yuan left an information path goo worm behind. Didn't he ask us to wait for his reply? Yes, but he has not sent anything to us. Do we just wait for him? Wu Yong could still hear the discussions of these people echoing in his ears. A bunch of useless people. What is the point of talking and discussing now? Wu Yong snorted coldly in displeasure. He squinted as his already long and thin eyes became even slimmer. An eerie cold light flickered in his eyes continuously, while his fists were clenched uncontrollably. This is troublesome. Fang Yuan has the absolute initiative. Even if I reject his extortion, Xia Clan and Ba Clan would not, because their first supreme elders are the ones captured. Heavenly Court's arrangements were useless as well. I wasted my effort in contacting Ziwei. But this is not because Heavenly Court is weak. This Fang Yuan has simply shown battle strength that is too terrifying in this fight. With such terrifying battle results, looking at my Southern Border Righteous Path, only Qi Kuyu is a character. He remained calm and cool. Wu Yong remembered clearly, in the intense discussion earlier, Qi Kuyu had a calm expression, and even was the first to suggest a plan to chase after Fang Yuan and pursue him. Even though barely anyone responded, that was the proper behavior of a Righteous Path member. Wu Yong had no idea that Qi Kuyu was forcing himself to act calm. He was filled with shock and anxiety internally. He pretended to make this suggestion to pursue Fang Yuan so that he could conceal himself deeper. Fang Yuan actually won? Not only did Fang Yuan win, he even captured 2 rank 8s and multiple rank 7 experts. Was it a joke? Before this battle, Qi Ku, you would definitely think this was a joke, but now he could not laugh at all. Qi Ku, you did not dare to believe it, but the evidence that Lu Weiyin showed them was genuine. He had to accept it. Fang Yuan obtained complete victory in this battle. Not only did Southern Border's Righteous Path go into chaos, even Qi Kuyu felt like Fang Yuan had a hold on him. Because Fang Yuan won using Dream Realms, and these Dream Realms were given to him by Qi Kuyu. That was to say, Qi Kuyu was the biggest contributor to Fang Yuan's success. He had become the greatest trader of Southern Border's Righteous Path. Before this, Qi Kuyu had thought that Fang Yuan would use the Dream Realms to deal with Southern Border's Righteous Path, but he was limited by common sense. Firstly, transacting with Fang Yuan simply benefited Qi Clan too greatly. This temptation and desire blinded Qi Kuyu. Secondly, Fang Yuan had escaped by self-detonating the pure dream reality seeker physique bodies last time. In the entire process, he was in a distressed state, and he could not even control the self-detonated pure dream reality seeker physique bodies that form dream realms. Thus, Qi Ku. You felt that this self-detonation held little threat, but to think that Fang Yuan would set up a time path super immortal formation. If not for this immortal formation stopping goo immortals from teleporting, how could he succeed in using the dream realms? The time path immortal formation is not scary. The scary thing is how deeply concealed this formation was. If Fang Yuan had not activated it, it could not be detected. Qi Kuyu felt a headache thinking about it. He was a formation path great grandmaster. He naturally understood formations. But the immortal formation of each path had their own strengths and weaknesses. The strength of time path immortal formations was that they could affect the flow of time inside. Fang Yuan used this to fight for days and nights inside the formation, capturing the pursuers. Only several hours had passed outside. But Time Path and Mortal formations were not good at concealment. It was the strength of Dark Path, Phantom Path, and Transformation Path formations. Once Time Path and Mortal formations were created, they would be out there in the open, easily detected and seen. It should not be concealed so deeply. So how did Fang Yuan make it this hidden? Chiku, you was stumped by this question, while at the same time Fairy Ziwei, who was inside Heavenly Court, found the answer. She had just ended her deductions. Central Great Hall was still flickering with purple light. Fairy Ziwei sighed deeply. It should be the past arrangements of Shadow Sect. Shadow Sect had once been scattered in all 5 regions, hiding under Zombie Alliance while searching for natural tributaries of the River of Time, using the surrounding time path Dao marks to set up formations. At Great Grandmaster, Formation Path Gu Immortals could directly use natural Dao marks to set up formations, but the formation created would have different strengths and advantages according to the distribution of the natural Dao marks. The Gu Immortal would often only be able to adjust it slightly. It was not as convenient as using Gu Worms to create formations. But that time path formation in Southern Border is specialized in concealment. Fang Yuan had perfect use of it. He added more time path formations inside and used the Dream Realms to capture all of the Southern Border pursuers in one go. Fairy Ziwei had a dark expression. She felt regret now. Had she known this, she would have told Southern Border about the deaths of Chen Yi and Thunder Ghost True Monarch. After the loss in Langya, Blessed Land, Fairy Ziwei only told the world about a portion of the details. As long as Southern Border's Righteous Path knew of Chen Yi's and Thunder Ghost True Monarch's deaths, they would place more emphasis on Fang Yuan. They would not send just 2 rank 8 Gu Immortals. Lu Weiyin had joined on his own accord. That was not under the control of Southern Border's Righteous Path. This was not to say that Fairy Ziwei had made a mistake. She had her own considerations too. Initially, Fairy Ziwei had lingering hope that Chen Yi and Thunder Ghost True Monarch might still be alive. Thus, she only exposed Fang Yuan's secrets to the world while hiding this incident. But after a long time passed, Fairy Ziwei realized that Chen Yi and Thunder Ghost True Monarch were truly dead. She chose to conceal this information because she did not want to help raise Fang Yuan's reputation, and also because she was afraid that Gu Immortals of the other 4 regions would compromise with Fang Yuan. Fang Yuan had the strength to harm rank 8 Gu Immortals. His influence had reached a qualitative change. The other 4 regions were not like Central Continent. They had many forces that opposed each other. Those forces were not united and could easily be crippled by Fang Yuan. It was easy for them to secretly reach an agreement and undergo transactions. Fairy Ziwei was not wrong at all. Western Desert's Tang clan and Southern Border's Qi clan were doing this. Fairy Ziwei concealed this fact to ensure that the 4 regions would still be antagonistic towards Fang Yuan. Regardless of the results, both sides would have some expenditure. Any loss to either of them would benefit Heavenly Court overall. At the same time, they would expose information and clues that Heavenly Court could gain by simply observing. When the time is right, Heavenly Court would deduce Fang Yuan's exact location and take action to exterminate this demon. Fairy Ziwei made a good plan. She was looking towards the future and making preparations for the 5 regions' chaotic war. But the situation was way out of her expectations. Fang Yuan actually obtained complete victory. He captured all the Southern Border Immortals. Even though Fang Yuan has rank 7 cultivation level, last time he made use of Langya Blessed Lands Foundation, and this time he is using Shadow Sect's remaining arrangements. The result is a one-sided victory by him. Our arrangements did not even have time to take effect. Fairy Ziwei gritted her teeth. Fang Yuan was too devious and cunning. It was getting increasingly harder to deal with him. Fairy Ziwei started to feel a sense of helplessness. Fang Yuan only had rank 7 cultivation level, but she could do nothing to him. One of the reasons was that he cultivated too many paths. Wisdom path, for example. Fang Yuan had deep wisdom path attainment. Even if Fairy Ziwei made deductions with her full power now, she could not deduce his location. She needed a lot more clues. Normally speaking, Gu Immortals who were not in Wisdom Path would be easy to locate through deductions. There were many demonic path Gu immortals in this world, but why were there few who would wreak havoc like Fang Yuan? It was because the moment they create chaos and make everyone angry, wisdom path Gu immortals would undergo deductions and locate them quickly before pursuing and hunting them down. Or, for example, refinement path. Langya blessed land was not so easy to annex. Many Gu immortals could not do it even if they wanted to. Even some rank 8 Gu immortals could not. Because Langya blessed land was rank 7, one needed at least Grandmaster refinement path attainment level. Or, for example, dream path. Fang Yuan was reborn from the future. He had many dream path methods. During the Battle of Yitian Mountain, he used these methods to escape danger and survive the ordeal. Or, for example, this ambush battle. Fang Yuan showed incredible formation path attainment. To be able to use the time path formation to this extent, his formation path attainment level was at least Great Grandmaster. Of course, this can be part of the arrangements left by Shadow Sect, but why did Fang Yuan not use it back then? There is little possibility in this. There is another possibility. After Fang Yuan annexed Langya Blessed Land, one of the variant human Gu immortals that he took in has Great Grandmaster formation, path attainment level. I don't have enough clues. Fairy Ziwei placed her hand on her forehead as cold flight flickered in her eyes. She stood up and left Central Great Hall, arriving at the place where Spectral Soul was imprisoned. Soul search. Not long after, Fairy Ziwei nodded in satisfaction. She searched specifically within Spectral Soul's memories about the secrets regarding the time path formation. It is a formation with strong concealment capability indeed, but it does not have the power to summon year beasts. Fang Yuan must have added it in afterwards. Fairy Ziwei was in deep thought. The eerie light in her eyes was just a speck earlier, but it had already spread to a larger area now.